NASA's Office of Inspector General, OIG, has delivered the last review of the organization's endeavors to construct the Mobile Launcher 2, ML2, a gigantic pinnacle intended to work with the send-off of manned missions to the lunar surface, and it spells terrible news for the space organization. As indicated by the blistering report, which numerous at the office have been preparing themselves for, NASA's agreement with tower developer Bechtel has been a flat-out calamity, with the office spending roughly $1 billion or possibly 2.5 times more than it first arranged. Conveyance of the pinnacle will likewise require somewhere around 2.5 years longer than it first arranged. That implies Artemis IV, the program's debut manned mission to the lunar surface, could be slowed down to the furthest limit of 2028, as indicated by an examination by the workplace's independent review team. That is a really heavy misfortune, particularly taking into account the ML2 was intended to be conveyed in March 2023, as per NASA's unique agreement with Bechtel. A lamentable problem could significantly defer the nation's revisitation of the Moon. The Trump Organization had been selling Congress on returning space travelers to the Moon by 2024, for Viewpoint. NASA, however, that date has reliably slipped, with costs swelling to galactic levels. NASA's Moon rocket, the Space Launch System, SLS, has likewise been notoriously buried in huge spending plan overwhelms and long periods of deferrals. Presently, even the ML2 Pinnacle alone, a stage intended to work with the send-off of two extraordinary setups of the SLS, Block 1B and Block 2, equipped for sending weighty freight and space travelers to the lunar surface, is ending up an incredible fiasco, as indicated by the new report. NASA's most memorable mobile launcher was planned so that doesn't take into account the send-off of these arrangements and will not demonstrate extremely helpful for maintained dispatches. The OIG isn't holding back and is prepared to dole out the fault. The deferrals and spending plan overwhelms engaged with the advancement of the Pinnacle can be ascribed essentially to Bechtel's lackluster showing on the agreement, the report peruses. Be that as it may, NASA is additionally default for granting the project worker close to half of the $16.8 million in grant expenses, as per the report, notwithstanding Bechtel's unpleasant execution. The Inspector General subsequently suggests that NASA take care of business and ensure quotes are precise and deep-rooted before it enters any new legally binding arrangements. And grant expenses ought to likewise just been given out just with a proven and factual reasoning close by.